me for the presentation of weekly newsletter from Group B. So let's start into the proceedings with headlines. Headlines 8 September. Rupee closes at a new low of 83.21. The currency settled at a low 83.21 US dollar on Thursday, lowest of all time. Huge potential to push organic agri exports. There is a huge potential to increase exports of organic agri products as the global market stood at about 135 billion and India's share is only 700 million. Ample stock of sugar to meet demand, says government. There is sufficient output to meet domestic demand and supply for ethanol, and there is spike in sugar prices is expected, says Sanjeev Chopra, who is Secretary of Food and Public Distribution. The current prices of sugar is at 42 rupees per kg and 42 rupees per kg, and retail inflation rose by 3.57% by July 2023. And US and Europe to impose new tariffs on China steel. The US and Europe working on an agreement that would decrease that would decrease new tariffs to the reducing steel export from China. Indoor talks Clean Air Survey 2023 and followed by Agra and Thane. Headlines 9 September. Modi and Biden welcomes progress in defense ties. Biden welcomes the letter came from Ministry of Defense to procure 31 missionaries of 31 guardians of 16 Sky Guardians and 15 Sea Guardians, remotely piloted aircraft and with all equipment. And the RBI decided to discontinue ICRR in a phased manner. RBI decided to discontinue the incremental current reserve ratio in a phased manner. Current reserve ratio reflects the amount of money the RBI banks have to hold. Cash reserve ratio. And rupee snaps 4-day losing streak gains 21 paise against US dollar. On the rupee snapped at and gained 21 paise and stayed at 83.02 on Thursday. On Friday, India currency lowered at 83.21, which is lowest of all time on Thursday. And China slows fertilizer exports, raising concerns in India. A 500,000 metric ton of urea held up at Chinese exports, where the country stopped exports in following a price surge in China. The Chinese market want to prioritize their domestic market as ahead of autumn sowing season. These have triggered fears of global prices and spending of Indian companies, as India imports about 30% of urea from China. It was the second largest importer. RBI has approved Deepak Gupta as Kotak Bank CEO for 2 months. Headlines 10 September. Health of democracy, vital for India. Vital for India, US ties. White House, it says vital auspicious. As recently, Congress party has won parliament elections in state of Karnataka against ruling party BJP. Modi congratulated Congress about the victory. Over 1,000 dead in Morocco earthquake. Morocco sees its highest earthquake, worst in last 120 years. US Brazil joined India-led global biofuel alliance. The purpose of it is to facilitate and adapt to the biofuel in the world. The government says 12 international organizations and 19 countries have joined in this. Biofuel is a renewable energy which derived from biomass and bio-waste and industrial waste and agricultural waste. Magistrates appointed to record statements in CBI cases in Manipur violence. All eyes on global expansion with EVs, electrical vehicles. Headlines for 11th September. Summit concludes. Modi call for a virtual review meeting in November, and he hand over the host seat to the Brazil President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva for the next round of G20, and there will be a virtual review in November for discussing about what I have done. India's steel output grows 5% in Jan and June. Produced 66.41 million ton in the month of Jan to June, and it is likely to follow in the second half of the month, second half of the year. From January to June 2022, they have produced 63 million ton, and RBI expands its toolkit to tackle liquidity inflation. Coinbase is stopping all services for Indian users. Coinbase is a trading company which deals with the cryptocurrency, and it is about to stop its services for all Indians, as they were saying Indians are not up to the standards of Indians are not up to the updated standards of each company. Headlines for 12 September. India to export direct listing of business on LSE. Finance Minister Sitharaman signals India's first priority is to commencing listing of IFSC and GIFT City. IFSC means International Financial Service Center, and GIFT City means Gujarat International Finance Tech City. The pension and says Hunt is Chancellor of UK Chancellor Jeremy Hunt. The pension and insurance industry in Britain is keen to ramp investments in India. Auto firms clock best Nifty 50 scales 2000 mark in intraday trade. The Nifty 50 achieves a new milestone of reaching 20,000 points by gaining profits in Adani Ports and Adani Enterprise and Axis Bank. Auto firms clock best August sales exports up to CR. And passenger vehicles wholesale grew at 9% in August. Passenger vehicles and three-wheeler vehicles saw their best sales in August, and two-wheelers remained static. As many as 3,59,228 passenger vehicles were sold in August, compared to 3,28,376 units during the same period last year. CBI does not require permission to probe pre-2014 cases to Supreme Court. Headlines for 13 September. 90 BRO projects to come up along with China borders. BRO means Broader Road Organization. It initiated worth over 1900 crores spread across 11 states and union territories. Infra boost is vital for New India, says Rajnath Singh. And August retail inflation eases to 6.83%. Fall mainly on softening edible oil and vegetable prices, but still remains above the average comfort zone. Consumer retail grew at slower pace of 6.83 in August, compared to the 15-month streak high of 7.4% in last month. No GST hike on diesel vehicles, Gadkari. The Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways, Nitin Gadkari, says that there is no additional 10% GST on the diesel vehicles. RBI revises valuation, investment and classification norms for banks. Re-rises 9 paise against dollar to close at 82.94.
Real rupee.
Re-rises again. Rupee strengthened 9 paise to close at 82.49 on Tuesday against US dollar, because of the domestic market hits new record of 20,050 points. And headlines for 14 September. Note to rupees 1650 crore for LPG connections. Notice of decision. As Uday said, there is a price slash in the LPG cylinders of 200. So the central government on Wednesday allotted 1650 crores for the new 75 lakh LPG connections under the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwal Yojana for next 3 years. Center also said to revive shrimp crop insurance scheme after 3 decades. Shrimp farmers are the farmers located at the coastal areas of the country.
What is this shrimp?
Sir?
What is this meaning of shrimp? Aquaculture, plants cultivation.
Return property documents within 30 days of loan repayment. In case of delay, lenders will pay borrower to at their 5,000 rate per day. and Musk Tesla to source components worth of $1 billion from India, and OPEC output cut may create crude supply shortfall in Q4. OPEC is the Organization of the Petroleum Export Countries, in order to collectively influence the global crude oil supply and maximize their profits. Mainly there are like Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Nigeria. There are some countries. And article review: change the playbook, repatriate Indian children. Other Justice Ajit Prakash Shah. He is a former Chief Justice of the Madras and Delhi High Courts and a former chairperson of the Law Commission of India, reviewed by Vipasha. Means you all know when some parents are moving for another country, as usual the children will also move. So the context of this is there have been multiple cases where children were separated from Indian parents to Indian couples for on account of children not being taken care of properly in foreign countries. The other has shown mainly 3 cases. Previously party case, the children were confiscated by Australian Child Service Authorities. Confiscated means taken or seized with by authorities with authority. So and the mother driven to enter her life. And second one, Dara Shah case. Their baby girl was sent to permanent foster care by Germany's Child Welfare Agency in 2021. Now Dara is a 2.5 years old, but there is no hope for the parents. And Sagarika Chakraborty case, children were taken away in Norway, and there is some intervention from the Indian government, and they managed to raise their children since they returned. Repatriated means they have sent their children to the their home country, India, and managed to raise their children since they returned. And why this happens? Like after moving from one place to another place, the children may feel that another different culture and different language, and may not cope up with the pressure they are facing in the school. And the school misinterprets the reason behind this issue as instability at home. And the hospitals in the other countries also think that if the children get injured, this is because of parental abuse. And what is the solution? Foreign nationals should shed their sanctimonious views. A return to home country is more human. Like maybe they are young, so they can send the children to their relatives instead of their mother and father. So they can have some healthy atmosphere at the home, and later they can move to the country. And engagement in sincere inquiry of the parents' life. It is not always if the children injured. It is not always because of parents. So they can have some investigation on this thing. And my friend Vipasha has another solution on her own. Like the Ministry of Foreign can deal with the other country embassies. Like if the fight is between Australian government and Indian parents, so the Australian embassy, which is located in India, can deal with the thing and deal with the issue and solve this. And mockery of pedagogic ethics, the breaking of a bond.
Pedagogy means the teaching process of knowledge assimiration.
Adar Krishna Kumar, he is a former director of National Council of Education Research and Training (NCRT) and the author of Smaller Citizens, reviewed by Rajiv Ratan. And the context of this article is the RTI Act, Right to Education Act 2009 Act, has laid down indicators for improving quality of education, which have not been consistently enforced. The NCTE, National Council for Teacher Education, has not been able to enforce its teacher training norms. The Verma Commission is a Honorable Supreme Court of India in 2012 constituted a report of the High Powered Commission on Teacher Education titled as Vision of Teacher Education in India, Quality and Regulatory Perspective. And the Supreme Court also recently ruled that NCT has not been properly enforcing BA degree holders teaching at the primary level. And Chattopadhyaya Commission 1 The National Commission on Teachers was set up in 1983 under the Professor D.P. Chattopadhyaya. The commission laid certain important criteria for the selection of trainees for teacher and for teaching profession. They also standardized testing procedures for selecting the teaching trainees. And what the conclusion of this article is, the Chattopadhyaya report is still a relevant goal for the Indian education system today. So still it is not able to achieve that Chattopadhyaya report. And the third one, topic Graham's law. What happens when government fixes exchange rates? Reviewed by Krishna. Context: this is named after the English financier Thomas Gresham. This got significance mostly recent during economic crisis in Sri Lanka, when Central Bank of Sri Lanka fixed the exchange rate between Sri Lankan rupee and US dollar, when the market exchange rate is different. And what is Graham's law? Graham's law refers to the dictum that bad money drives out good, and how it is applicable in real world. It comes into play when government fixes exchange rate which isn't justified by market driven exchange rate. And what does it lead to? Like when government fixes the currency of below market exchange rate, there is mismatch in demand and supply, leads to incidents like currency shortage where demand is outpacing the supply, and this leads to currency shortage with demand for the currency outpacing supply. And Graham's law and black market. Graham's law can be when it also applicable for commodity like silver and gold. And Graham's law can be seen whenever a government fixes the price of commodity below the market price of the commodity. In such cases, people may melt gold into pure gold, and they can sell at the market price instead of fixed by the government. And what happened in Sri Lanka? The Sri Lanka Central Bank fixed the exchange rate between the Sri Lankan rupee and US dollar. Like $1 is equal to 200 Sri Lankan rupee, and the market price was higher than that. So US dollars, people who wants to get US dollar are entering into the black market by giving more than 200 Sri Lankan rupees to buy $1 to have any products from the international market. So US dollars were gradually driven out of the formal exchange rate. And there is a counter law called Thayer's law, named after French politician Adolphe Thiers, and this is a complement to this theory, law. Good money drives out bad money. When exchange rate between currencies isn't fixed, people will stop buying poor quality currencies for which they choose legal means.